Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Stollings. You know me here on YouTube as MarauderEX, and as always I'm your host for Operation Recap, where I take some of the stories from Operation Rainfall and I throw them here at YouTube and see if they stick. You know, like one of those creepy octopi things that you throw on the wall and it's... Anyway, completely off topic. I just have a couple of stories this week. It was a fairly slow news week, but a fairly busy news week depending on what side of the fence you're on. If you're on the PC gaming side of the fence, it was a very, very busy week, as last week Valve had a week of announcements, basically. They had three major announcements that they spread over several days, starting off with SteamOS, which is their operating system. They confirmed Steam machines, Steam boxes, basically consoleized PCs, in various tiers. Not a lot of details given out on the Steam boxes, but they did confirm that that is going to be a thing. Not that we didn't already know that, as E3 showed off a couple of prototypes, like the Piston, but this is official from Valve that they are working on one themselves, or at least working in the development process with other companies. So that was confirmed, and the last was they have their own proprietary controller now, which is probably the most interesting looking controller I've ever seen. When I saw the picture of it, I thought I was looking at the back of it. So, yeah, that's a thing. For those of you who don't know Steam and Valve, Valve is a company primarily runs Steam, which is a PC distribution means. It does digital distribution for games. It acts as a form of DRM, not very invasive DRM, but still DRM. They are also known for various franchises, Team Fortress 2, Portal, Half-Life, and a slew of other titles. But that is their primary trinity, is the TF2, Portal, Half-Life, etc., if you've ever played the Orange Box. So it was a very interesting week for them, talking about how their operating system is going to be Linux-based, it's going to be open-sourced, so that means people can tinker with it, they can upgrade it, they can customize it to fit their needs without pulling a Sony and saying, we don't want you cracking our security, and we will send you cease and desist letters for trying to tinker with our system. Valve is doing the exact opposite. They're saying, here's the stuff we're doing, take it. If you want to make it better, it's great. If you are of that mindset to want to take something apart, tinker with it, and try to customize it, that's fine. If you're not that sort of person, it's going to work for you right out of the box. So this is the wild card, because Valve is basically trying to enter the console market, but with pre-built PCs. It's an interesting step for this company, and I think it's going to be the wild card for this console generation now that Microsoft has taken the policies that they had originally put in place and redacted those. So this is the next wild card for this console generation. I'm wondering to see what it does. It could either be a huge success, or it could turn out just be like the Ouya and not enough support off the bat. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Next up, story-wise, Mighty Number 9. Its Kickstarter ended on October 1st, and it raised almost $4 million. The last count that I saw was 3.8 and change. So, congratulations, Keiji Inafune. Your Kickstarter succeeded wildly. They met a ton of their stretch goals: PS3, 360 support, Wii U and 3DS support, I believe, extra stages, extra enemies, boss rush mode, all sorts of stuff that they were able to incorporate due to their stretch goals. It was funded within like the first 3 days. It hit its funding goal, and then it kind of kept going. I unfortunately did not get to fund the tier that I wanted to. It was the $250 tier with all the collector, like the collector strategy guide and whatnot. Because I mean, look at my stuff. I'm hopeless. But I did support the project, so good luck to that. I'm hoping that this is a good trend for seeing kind of revivals of franchises that I grew up on, that I have the nostalgia glasses for, and taking them and making them something that I can enjoy today, without having to go through the red tape of fighting with license holders for it. So here's hoping that Kickstarter becomes a big thing. I mean, it's already a big thing, but you know what I mean. You know. And the last story for this week is Dragon Dragoon, or Drakengard, Drakengard 3 specifically. Square Enix has registered an American domain for it. So, now this isn't confirmation that it's coming out in the US. It's just, maybe they're taking the steps necessary in case they do want to localize it. They may wait to see how the sales in Japan do, see what the American audiences think after it's already released, and then localize it afterwards. Or they could be planning to localize it and have it released either simultaneously or within a set window of the original release, and they're just getting everything sorted out beforehand. Hard to say, Square Enix is being kind of, hush-hush about it, but this is something that is viewable by the public. We saw it. It exists. So, here's hoping that Drakengard 3 gets localized. I was a fan of Drakengards 1 and 2 on the PS2, but I do understand that it's not a franchise for everyone. While I enjoyed it, I had friends who hated it, and I had friends who loved it. So, it's definitely a love it or hate it sort of franchise. So, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, because it's got 2 out of the 3 so far that I've enjoyed. I can't imagine the third one drifting too much, but I mean, Square likes to take chances and change things a lot, so who knows? So those are the stories that I covered this week. Again, not a huge week for stories, but, like I said, if you were a PC gamer or a huge fan of Valve, then it was like the most exciting week ever for you. Everyone else, we're just gearing up for the holiday season for consoles. We're waiting to see what happens. So I'm going to go, and I will see you guys next week with the next Operation Recap. Till then, later.